Hey, Shalom, Kohala, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Chachudash, the ones of the apostles of great millstone, and Shalom to brothers in the highways and byways doing the works of sincerely and faithfully and continually fighting that good fight of faith. Lord, when we are found in that number. All right. So this lesson is inspired by a live show Elder Apostle Orion Love had did earlier. And he spoke about the time when Yahweh Shai was born, how Herod had sought to kill all the males 2 years old and under. All right. And that got me thinking that, this devil has been slaughtering the children of Israel, literally the children, the infants of Israel for years, man. All right. And that same spirit is going to come back upon them during the time of Jacob's trouble. And a lot of you women out there are going to feel the effects the most, because most men are out of the house. Most men don't have the access to their children. All right. So when the time of Jacob's trouble does come around and these devils start going through killing and bashing and smashing, a lot of you women are going to feel it the worst, man. All right. You ain't getting out of this unscathed. And one of the most dreadful things you can do to a person is to kill their child in front of you. Okay? So I have here on the screen, it says the gut-wrenching history of black babies and alligators. Now, I'm not going to read the whole article. I'll put the link in the description box. You can go back and read it if you choose. But, these are some of the things that I learned coming through, to the truth by the apostles and the elders, things that was always, hidden from us, that was sheltered unless you did the research, But be that as it may, these devils have always had a thirst for killing Jake babies, man. Always. And it's going to be no different during the time of Jacob's trouble. So let me get the first scripture. This is Matthew 2, and I'm just going to get right to the points about the time when the Lord and Joseph and Mary was fleeing from Herod. All right, going right to the point. Verse 16 it says, "Then Herod, when he had saw that he was mocked of the wise men, was exceedingly wroth, and set forth and slew all the children that were in Bethlehem, in all the coast thereof, from 2 years old and under, according to the time which he had diligently inquired of the wise men." Okay? Now, think about it. Can you imagine the amount of children that were slaughtered? This is history, man. This is history, and history always repeats itself to some sort of degree. And you best believe, coming upon these last days where it said they shall be like madmen, sparing none, especially those that fear the Lord. All right? So that time is going to come back around where you Israelites, you Israelite women, you Israelite men who got children, if the Lord is Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is not, governing and protecting you, these children are going to get slaughtered. This is just the way it is, man. It's the hard truth, but it is what it is. And likewise, the men of the Lord, there's going to come a point in time where we're going to do the same. Which a lot of people, because here in Babylon, man, you've been trained and raised up to always, be mindful of the children and be mindful of the women. Back in the ancient times, it wasn't so. Slaughtering your enemies, children was one of the most, prominent things you can do if you are in rulership. By killing the males means what? You're killing your future adversary. All right. And this is how that game is played. Okay. Continuing on. Now let me go here. Psalms 149. All right. And this is 1. Praise ye the Lord. Sing unto the Lord a new song. And the praise in the and his praise in the congregation of the saints. Let Israel rejoice in him that made him. Let the children of Zion be joyful in their king. Let them praise his name in the dance. Let them sing praises unto him with timbrel of harp. For the Lord has taken pleasure in his people. He will beautify the meek with salvation. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishment upon the people. All right, so let me stop there. That punishment that we're going to execute is going to also be upon children, little babies. You see? And the Lord is going to put the Spirit on us to do so. Now, as I was saying, here in Babylon, these things are frowned upon. To hurt a child, to put a child through pain or what have you. These things are frowned upon. But it's only frowned upon when it's done by somebody outside of the nation of Edom. When Edom does it, when Esau Edom does it, it's all good in the hood. And they've strategically put methods in play where they can harm children, but do it in a safe and effective way, as you say. Okay, but that's still the same demonic spirit in them that they want to what? Root out and put out the name of Israel from being in remembrance. And by doing that, you got to get a hold of the young. If they can't procreate, then what? Do you have it? This whole thing about the snake's the serpent's venom is one of just that. They're saying it's making men sterile. And now here you go, they're about to start doing what? Start pumping the children with it from ages 5 to 12. You see? So once again, Esau doesn't necessarily have to shed your blood, the children's blood these days, as they did in times past. Okay, they've become less barbaric in that sense, if you will. But that time's going to come where the Lord's going to turn the tables and put us back in the power seat. And while we're in that power seat, we're going to what? Execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishment upon the people. Whose people you are. Okay? So be very mindful. The time is coming where we're going to have to do these things, and we're going to do them without hesitation. Verse 8. To bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron, to execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints. Praise ye the Lord. All right. So when we do start to handle the sickle and the two-edged sword, we're not going to spare anybody. You heathens and you Edomites, we're not going to spare you. All right. And to prove and to back that up even further, this is Psalms 137:9. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. All right. Now I remember bringing this out, years ago. People would look at you like, "Oh, how could you say something like that? How could you think that way? The Bible wouldn't condone, the Lord wouldn't condone that. Well, the Lord is sanctioning this. And as the scripture says, happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. Matter of fact, let's open that up. Let's read this. By the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down. Yea, we wept when we remembered Zion. We hung our harps upon the willows in the midst thereof. For there they cried, for there they carried us away captive, requiring us a song. And they that wasted us required a song. Hold on, let me get my glasses. Let me get the glasses. Verse 3. For there they carried us away captives, required us of a song. And they that wasted us required us of mirth, saying, sing us one of those songs of Zion. How shall we sing the Lord's song in a strange land? If I forget thee, O Jerusalem, let my right hand forget thy cunning. If I do not remember thee, let my tongue cleave to the roof of my mouth. If I prefer not Jerusalem above my chief joy. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom. Okay? Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom. In the day of Jerusalem, who said, race it, even to the foundation thereof. All right? So this is our prayer. Our prayer to the Lord is to remember the children of Edom and the things that they've done unto us. Okay? O daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed. Okay? Here we are. We're living in the daughter of Babylon. This is that place, man. Who ought to be destroyed, and it will be destroyed. But before the Lord destroys this place, there's going to be some hell on earth over here, man. Happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. Okay? And we have been served a whole bunch of hell, man. Verse 9, the point. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. They've done the very same thing to our children. And we're going to do the very same thing to their children. And then some. You know, it's a hard pill to swallow. And this is why a lot of people don't want to come or listen or be a part of of Great Millstone. Because we bring it, you know, we bring it to you uncut. A lot of you guys out there, you know, they want to, you know, listen what the scripture says. Why trimmest thou thy ways to seek love? They want to trim their ways. They want to sugarcoat it a little bit. They don't want to be as harsh. You know, they don't want people to feel uncomfortable. And that's a major role about this truth, man. The truth is going to make you uncomfortable. It's going to make you feel a certain way. Okay? So the time is coming where the Lord's going to put that spirit on us, that we're going to do unto their children as they have done unto ours. Okay? James 2:13. For he shall have judgment without mercy, that have showed no mercy, and mercy rejoices against judgment. Okay? Now, Babylon being destroyed, the Lord's going to show no mercy in Babylon being destroyed. Okay? What would be a sense of mercy, so to say, if the Lord didn't shoot or utterly annihilate this place? If he held back some of the missiles, and then this place can continue on, that would be a sense of mercy. But as the scripture says, for he shall have judgment without mercy. So the judgment that's coming here to Babylon is going to be it's going to be destroyed. There's going to be nothing over here. There's going to be no mercy on Babylon. Nothing. You devils ain't show no mercy unto the children of Israel, and you still don't show mercy unto the children of Israel, man. So we of the hopeful elect, we're just waiting, man. We're waiting for the green light from Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. We're waiting for the green light. We're going to keep prophesying. We're going to keep bringing it out. You know, we're going to keep being wise as serpents and harmless as doves until that day, until that waking day when Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai puts that spirit on us to go through the midst, man. All right. And as it is written in the book of Ezekiel, the 9th chapter, go through the midst of the city. Right. You know, the Lord says, start up my sanctuary. But at the same time, all those things that we're going to do to all these heathens, man, all these nations. These nations here in Babylon are not going to get away scot-free, man. And then when we get dropped off back in the other side of the world, all right, then we're going to be really putting the hammer down. Because when you go back to Ezekiel 9, it speaks about slay utterly old and young, maids and little children. That's not just going to go for starting at our sanctuary. You know? Now, I brought this up because this devil here, now this is Lord Jeffrey Amherst. Now, this is the man who founded Amherst, Massachusetts. This is also the man who founded Amherst colleges, which are known to be very prestigious colleges. All right. And this is also the man who devised the plan of putting smallpox in Native American blankets, primarily the children. Okay. But this devil is well renowned throughout the world, you know, as some leading, you know, educational scholar. But the shit he did to Gad, you know, with them blankets is a travesty, man. Look at Jake right here with that smallpox. That's a devil for you right there, man. And you mean to tell me we supposed to just take this and just let it be? Nah. These devils have caused havoc throughout the whole goddamn world, man, amongst the children of Israel. They've done far too much, man. And now the time has come where the Lord's going to raise us up. And we are going to go through and we are going to do some damage. We're going to do some damage, man. And I'm just reading some of these articles, like the headlines of some of these things, man. This devil is the most wicked of all, man. So that time is coming. Revelation 18:6. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. And the cup which she has filled unto her double. All right. So ultimately, America's going to be destroyed. But in the meantime, you know, when the Lord puts that spirit on us, we're going to do some damage on our adversaries. Esau, Edom being the head nation. All right. So keep in mind, when the Lord gives the green light and the go ahead, we're going to go through these people. And ultimately, the children of these nations and of these heathens in Edom, we're going to deal with them. Just like they've done to our children. Countless, man. Countless children. Countless. All right. So with that, I'm going to end it with that. Lord willing, I'll, brothers edified, and I'll see you on another show. I say shalom.